Governor Janet Mills is defending how Maine fights fraud. The governor is issuing her response to a letter from the federal government asking for information about how Maine's Medicaid program is managed. This letter comes after an Office of the Inspector General report showed Maine made over $45 million in improper Medicaid payments. The governor says the Trump administration is looking to punish Democratic-led states like Maine. She says Maine already has procedures to identify and investigate fraud. The governor also points to new state laws that tighten things up when it comes to licensing and oversight. Last month, Dr. Oz said he's seeing red flags in Maine, but Mills says the administration is using the alleged fraud to distract from a failed agenda.
The outcome of this Trump administration inquiry is predetermined, as are so many of the inquiries they launch in other states, and I fully expect they'll attempt to retaliate against Maine in the same manner they have elsewhere, by withholding federal Medicaid funding. I hope they don't, because it's not necessary, and it will only hurt Maine people.
The letter sent to the Trump administration, Maine says they have implemented and continued to refine a coordinated set of safeguards to prevent, detect, and address improper Medicaid payments.